Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrendTV. This is VIPRAAJESH from SGA Skoda showroom in Coimbatore. I am here with the brand new 2022 facelifted Skoda Kodiaq mid-spec Sportline variant. We have already seen the top spec LNK variant in detail. So today I am going to take you through all the features and details of this mid-spec Sportline variant. First, let's take a look at the exterior of this Sportline variant. And as you can see, the overall design language and design details have been carried forward similar to the top spec LNK. For this 2022 facelifted model, the Skoda Kodiaq gets updated LED headlamps with LED DRLs, which also double up as the indicators. Then, as against to the chrome finished grille on the top spec LNK, this Sportline variant features all black grille finished in piano black. As a result of these black details, this Sportline definitely looks more sportier than the top spec flagship LNK. However, unlike the top spec LNK, this variant does not get the front parking camera and gets only 4 front parking sensors. The highlight of this Sportline variant is that this variant does not get metallic color options and all the colors available are solid glossy colors. Another differentiation factor compared to the LNK is that this Sportline gets body colored door handles as against to the chrome finished door handles on the LNK. And yes, this Sportline also gets glossy black finished ORVMs. Well, apart from all this, the major highlight regarding the side profile of this Sportline are these 18-inch Ascala anthracite dual tone alloy wheels, which are exclusive only on this Sportline variant. Taking a look at the side profile, you can also see that this variant does not get chrome finishes even on the window line, and the B and C pillars are finished in glossy black. Well, all variants of the Skoda Kodiaq get these roof rails as standard, however on the Sportline variant they are black colored. And yes, all 3 variants of the Indian spec Skoda Kodiaq also get the panoramic sunroof. Moving on towards the back, there is not a whole lot of difference compared to the top spec LNK variant, which I have already reviewed. The all LED sharp looking tail lamps are exactly the same with the sequential turn indicators, and there is a reverse parking camera located in the number plate housing. However, you can see that the Skoda branding along with the Kodiaq branding and the 4x4 branding are all finished in glossy black. That said, the only chrome detailing on this Sportline variant is the chrome strip running across the width of the rear bumper and the far exhaust like design elements. So, at least on the exterior appeal, Skoda have managed to make this Sportline look slightly different compared to the top spec LNK, despite carrying forward the exact same dimensions and body style. So that was all about the exterior details. Let's now get inside the car to check out even further differences. Yes folks, I am right now inside the brand new 2022 Skoda Kodiaq mid-spec Sportline variant, and befitting the Sportline name, this car is all about the sports kind of feel, effect and features as well. As you can see, when compared to the top spec LNK which we have already seen, this car gets an all black interior theme with these beautiful and so very sporty and comfortable Alcantara and leather combination seats. They are amazing in terms of design. They look so premium and sports car like, so they are properly befitting this Sportline tag of this Skoda Kodiaq Sportline variant, and befitting the Sportline name again, you get this 4 carbon fiber like pattern on the dashboard mid pad as against to the standard piano black finish or the wood finish on the dashboard mid pad, which kind of aids the sporty ambience of this cabin. Then yes, just like the seats which get Alcantara finish in the center part, the door pads also get Alcantara over here on the side of the door pads. However, the place where you rest your elbow is of a proper leather finish. So this is all the upholstery and interior color theme differences when compared to the LNK on the Sportline variant. Now let's talk about features. Yes, This is the first feature difference, the steering wheel. This Sportline variant alone gets this exclusive, beautifully crafted leather flat bottom steering wheel, exclusive only for the Sportline variant because it gets the Sportline badging also over here. Well, the LNK variant gets the typical 2-spoke latest steering wheel of the Skoda branding, but this is a 3-spoke steering wheel exclusive only for the Sportline, and it definitely looks much more sporty while also feeling much more sporty as well due to these thumb contours and the overall feel finish as well. Now let's turn on the power of this car. Before that, let me just show you the key. Well, this, as you can see, is the key of the Skoda Kodiaq. It is a simple key, very compact, nice and super high quality with this stainless steel finish as well. So let me just put the keys over there. Now the starter button is located on the steering column itself. So I'm pressing this on, and yeah, this is how the dials look like. As you can see, this is a Sportline variant, so it has some subtle differences when you compared with the LNK in terms of this fully digital virtual cockpit instrument cluster, and it obviously can be customized for various functions as well. Well, in order to change the display format and design, you can control using these buttons on the steering's right side spoke, and you can change whatever layout you want depending on the preference what you want to see at the center of the screen. So this is nice and handy. It also provides a lot of details including the regular vehicle stuff such as range, efficiency and all those things. So this is rather nice. And if you turn on navigation as well, the navigation screen can be reflected into this virtual cockpit, which is even further handy and so cool. Well, coming to the touchscreen system, this obviously is the latest updated touchscreen system standard across all variants of the Skoda Kodiaq, including connected car features as well. However, this mid-spec Sportline variant does not get the 360-degree surround view camera. It instead gets the standard reverse parking camera alone, which also gets adaptive guidelines though, so nothing to worry about that. However, this car gets standard front parking sensors. There are 4 parking sensors in the front as well. So if you want the 360-degree camera system, you have to opt only for the top spec LNK. And well, coming to other things, this car is still loaded with a lot of features. As you can see, it has mirror link, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay connectivity, interior ambient mood lighting as well. Now coming lower to that, you get this triple zone automatic climate control, available again as standard across all 3 variants of the Skoda Kodiaq. So nothing to worry over here as well. Then there are also multiple drive modes integrated into the Skoda Kodiaq depending on the variant you choose. This being the Sportline variant, let me just go through the modes over here, for which the button is located right over here. So as you can see, when compared to the LNK, there are 5 modes in this Sportline variant, because the comfort mode, which is exclusive only for the LNK, is not present in this Sportline, and that's because this mainly is a sports focused variant. That's why they have removed the comfort drive mode. And according to these drive modes, the ESP, traction control, engine response and braking differs depending on the variant and the driving condition you choose. As you can see, this car also has a snow mode available as standard on all 3 variants. Yes, according to the snow mode, depending on the driving situation, the ESP traction control will work accordingly, providing you maximum traction and grip. So that was all about the drive modes over here. Then obviously this car also gets ESP turning off button over here. Then obviously as standard, it also gets an electronic parking brake with auto hold function. However, what this car does not get is the dynamic chassis control that is available only on the top spec LNK, whereas this gets active chassis control. Well, these things will have some sort of change once we take this car to drive, for which you have to wait for my drive review. For now, let's take a look what are the features available on this car when it's standing still. Well, yes, this is the 7-speed DSG automatic transmission, and there is also 4x4 mentioned as standard across all 3 variants. Then behind this gear lever, you obviously get to see this sliding lid underneath, where you can see a wireless charging pad, which is nice and superbly integrated, and it also has a 12-volt charging socket over here. Then there is a USB. There are 2 USB-C ports, which is nice and handy again. Then, being a Skoda car, well, the Kodiaq as standard also gets multiple storage pockets, cubby holes and storage boxes as well, including this panel which can be opened as a second glove box. This is obviously rubber lined, which means whatever you place over here does not get scratched. And then this is the main glove box over here, which is not felt lined. However, it is cooled, and there is the cooling vent functionality over here, for which you can adjust the cooling itself. And yes, it is also illuminated. So this is nice. Then coming to the center console, just like the LNK, you get this sliding center armrest with a whole lot of range to it, and it can also be opened to reveal some different kinds of storage situations over here. This panel can be removed. This console can be removed. This is a cup holder console which also gets multiple storage options, including card holders, pen holders, cup holders, and everything. This can be removed or slid forward and backward depending on your taste and depending on your needs as well. So I'm just placing it over here and placing the key over here. So this is a nice idea to improve the storage options in the Skoda Kodiaq's cabin. And regarding the center armrest, it is also an interesting design because in whichever position you leave it, it can remain in that position for some time depending on the driver's height and comfort level. So this is rather nice in terms of thoughtfulness and engineering. Well, kudos to Skoda regarding this. Then obviously all doors get massive bottle holders as standard with felt lining. You can see the felt lining material over here, which means none of the bottles or anything you place over here will get scratched, and they won't be rattling whenever you go on rough roads. Then obviously coming to the steering wheel, again it is tilt and telescopic adjustable as standard, and all three variants of the Skoda Kodiaq in India get paddle shifters as standard as well, along with cruise control and automatic headlamps and automatic wipers as well, along with electrochromic auto dimming IRVM, which is again a standard feature, and this massive panoramic sunroof. That said, compared to the LNK variant, immediately you will notice the difference in terms of the roof lining and the cabin ambience. Yes, this is truly an all black cabin, which means even the roof lining material and the pillars are finished in black. You can see that the material quality is exactly the same as the LNK, but instead of the beige, it is finished in black now, including this lighting console on the roof. And yes, the sun visors are also now finished in black as against to the beige. And here's a nice piece of engineering. When you open this vanity mirror, when you slide open the vanity mirror, the individual lighting gets turned on for better lighting conditions. This feature is available for the passenger side and the driver side alike. Then coming to further standard highlight features of the Skoda Kodiaq, all three variants of the Skoda Kodiaq in India get 12 CANTON branded speakers along with a subwoofer as standard, along with the interior ambient mode lighting and 12-way power adjustable front seats, including the driver and the co-passenger seat, along with triple memory functions. However, only the top spec LNK variant gets front ventilated seats because the lower spec style and this Sportline variant do not get ventilation function for the front seats despite getting triple zone automatic climate control. So well, that was all about the features in the front cabin of the Skoda Kodiaq Sportline variant. Let's now take a look at the rear seats. Yes folks, this is how the dashboard of the mid-spec Sportline variant of the 2022 facelifted Skoda Kodiaq looks like from the rear seat. Truly, this all black cabin definitely adds to the sporty appeal of the cabin when compared to the triple tone interior on the top spec LNK. And yes, obviously the major highlight of this Sportline variant are these sports style Alcantara seats. They are super comfortable while also being great looking. Yes, talking about the rear seats, there is not a lot of difference in terms of the overall comfort, space and luxury over here, except for the fact that the rear seats are also finished in semi Alcantara like design. You can see that the outer part, this center seat and the outer edges, the headrests are finished in the leather material, whereas the center part of the outside seats are actually finished in this beautiful Alcantara. So this is nice in terms of attention to detail in the rear seat of the Skoda Kodiaq. Then apart from the Alcantara finish and the sports theme, everything else is standard across all variants, including the 3 adjustable headrests, the sleeping package for the outside seats. Well, these are the neck rests for the outside seat passengers in the rear seat of the Skoda Kodiaq, and there's also this massive center armrest which also gets integrated cup holders. So a lot of thought has gone into designing the Skoda Kodiaq, as you already expect from a Skoda. And as I already said, this car gets as standard triple zone automatic climate control with a separate temperature control for the rear seat passengers as well. However, unlike the C-type charging ports available in the front part of the cabin, the rear passengers get only a 12-volt charging socket, which is quite antique now. Then just like the fog carbon finish on the dashboard mid pad, the rear doors also get the fog carbon finish over here. And just like the top spec LNK variant, these manually retractable sun blinds are also available as standard across all three variants of the Skoda Kodiaq, only for the middle row passengers. Then yes, finally comes this massive panoramic sunroof, which is again as standard across all three variants. This is an essential feature for the Sportline because, as you can clearly see, the front seats are sport style seats. They are humongous in terms of size, thus blocking the view forward for the rear seat passengers. And further is the fact that this is an all black cabin. So in order to provide better light inside this all black cabin, this panoramic sunroof is essential. So that was all about the rear seat comfort and features over here. Let's now take a look at the boot space and the third row seats. Before accessing the third row seats, you can see that even the second row seat of the Skoda Kodiaq gets side thorax airbags, and as standard, all variants of the Skoda Kodiaq get 9 airbags. Another highlight is that the interior ambient lighting has been carried forward to the rear doors as well. Accessing the third row is pretty simple by pulling this lever on the shoulder of the second row seats, and the second row seat automatically slides forward, making it a simple one-step process. Taking a look at the third row of this Sportline variant, you can also see that the Alcantara and leather combination has been carried forward to the third row seats as well, given the fact that these third row seats will be rarely used, as there is not a lot of space for adults. However, even the third row seat passengers get their own creature comforts, including multiple storage options, charging ports and separate AC vents. So that was a quick look at the third row seats of the Sportline variant. Let's now take a look at the boot. As standard, all three variants of the Skoda Kodiaq get power opening tailgate, which makes accessibility really easy. Despite all 7 seats in place, there is quite a bit of luggage space, slightly more than 200 liters in capacity. However, for additional space, you can obviously fold the third row seats completely flat. And for moving houses, the second row seats can also be folded completely flat, thus also making it possible for camping. So that was all about the boot space of the Skoda Kodiaq Sportline variant. Now let's talk about the engine specifications, along with the pricing and value of this family SUV. As standard, all three variants of the Skoda Kodiaq in India comes with the 2-liter 4-cylinder TSI turbocharged petrol engine, producing 190 PS of maximum power and 320 Nm of maximum torque through only a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. And all three variants also come as standard with all-wheel drive system. Now talking about the value appeal of this mid-spec Sportline variant, befitting the Sportline tag, this variant provides a more sportier interior with an all-black theme and exclusive sport-style front seats. And most of the features seen on the top spec LNK are carried forward to this variant as well, except for the front ventilated seats and the 360-degree surround view camera system. I would say that within the price bracket of Rs 45 lakh on road, if you want a sporty feeling 7-seat family SUV, then the Skoda Kodiaq Sportline could be the best choice for you. So meanwhile, this is VIPRAAJESH signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.